Over the years, the Motor Week staff has driven vehicles with 2 wheels, 4 wheels, 6 wheels, even 18 wheels. But FYI reporter Jennifer Casnavas just has to be different. So she recently headed down south to check out a new vehicle with no wheels. One that proponents think could someday get you and I around without rolling on the ground.
Hold on tight and get ready for the ride of your life. We're about to introduce you to an up-and-coming trend in transportation. The hovercraft will blow you away.
Once you ride a hovercraft, everything else just is lame.
But what makes hovercraft stand out? How is it different from a boat or a jet ski? Well, we decided to take a trip down to sunny Florida to learn a little bit more about this contraption. Gary Lukey is owner of GPL Enterprises, one of the top manufacturers of hovercraft in the U.S.
A hovercraft is an air cushion vehicle that rides on a cushion of air, and because it rides on a cushion of air, it's environmentally friendly. Our craft rides 8 inches high, so you can go over obstacles that are 8 inches without touching. The hovercraft is unique because of its ability to transverse different terrains very easily without stopping or slowing down. You can go from ice to water and back.
Something you can't do in a boat or a jet ski. But the characteristic that intrigues boat lovers is the way the hovercraft works.
This has a 75-horse engine in the back to power it. It turns a 36-inch fan which provides the thrust, and this craft has about 300 pounds of thrust. In the front we have another engine that provides the cushion. This also has a fan that compresses the air that the craft rides on. And the skirts are all individual. Each one's a segment of its own, and they're attached at the bottom with a nylon cable tie. So if you catch a log or a steel pole, it rips the inexpensive tie and not the skirt. And if you were to take that skirt out, the other skirts next to it would swell up and fill the hole, and you wouldn't even notice it was gone. So you could fix it at your leisure. The craft rides similar to a jet ski in that you sit in the middle. It has a throttle on the right for the rear motor and a throttle on the left for the front engine, a kill switch which you attach to yourself, and then a full set of gauges to monitor the engines.
The hovercraft isn't new though. It's been around since the 50s, used then mostly by the military for rescue. These days it's used more for recreation.
The hovercraft may be one of the most popular forms of transportation in the future. After the kinks are ironed out with the noise and the cost, some say the hovercraft could replace the boat.
The biggest problem for hovercraft today is the noise level. They've come a long way, but the biggest holdback now is noise. The hovercraft aren't mass-produced like boats and jet skis. The cost of them is higher. Typically about 1.5 times the price of an average jet ski. You can buy your average or above average hovercraft.
Gary contends that the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. It can go as fast as 70 miles per hour depending on the terrain and model of the craft. But it's the excitement and thrill of gliding over water at high speeds that got him hooked.
Everybody else had boats and jet skis, and I wanted to be a little bit different.
Carl Monty is a hovercraft pilot and good friend of Gary's, who also got bit by the hovercraft bug back in 1965.
It was the kind of thing that embodied what I like about flying and what I like about boating. And it's also very much like having a motorcycle is another description. It's a lot of freedom, it's a lot of wind on your chest, air in your face, and a lot of exhilaration.
One ride's all it takes. Once you go for a ride in one, it's hard not to love it.